I'm on a 1,200-mile adventure from Seattle to Los Angeles. It's the penultimate week of my 5-week journey, and I'm heading south from San Francisco down the Pacific coast, riding east through the Santa Ynez Valley and motoring into the middle of the Mojave Desert. Along the way, I'll be huffing and a-puffing aboard a vintage loco.
So yours is a good old-fashioned
1913 rocket ship.
1913 rocket ship. I love it.
I'll be rattling the desert rocks in a Porsche-powered dune buggy.
This is still only second gear. Yeah, we're going much faster than that.
And I'm going ballistic with my very own big boy rocket.
Sleep now.
First, though, I'm motoring down one of America's coolest and most curvaceous of coast roads.
That is the Pacific Ocean, right? You know, saying them all.
This is the legendary California State Route 1, one of the most breathtaking drives in the entire U.S. And you'll notice I'm traveling in quite some style.
This is the life, eh? I am driving a 1966 Ford Mustang. When I was a lad, this would have been the bee's knees. You would have been lusting after this.
I've come to the wild west town of Santa Ynez.
Here we are. Wagons, ho!
To discover how Americans got about way before cars even existed.
Here it is, Historical Museum and Carriage House. If I'd have known that, I would have had my 6 guns on you. Like the hell I am. God, dear. This is it, isn't it, eh?
This unique collection charts the heyday of horse-drawn travel and tells the story of how America's West became a little less wild. Ah, John.
Hi, Sir David.
Hi. Oh, nice to meet you. Former film producer John Copeland is on hand to show me the reins.
I was just looking at all the carriages and things, and it's a great history of the American West, isn't it, this?
Well, it is, and it's the biggest collection of carriages and stagecoaches west of the Mississippi.
Good Lord.
And each one of them has a story to tell.
Yeah. These are the ones that we all recognise in every Western that we've ever seen. Was that the sort of bus of its day?
It was actually the equivalent of a jetliner today. This was how people traversed our nation before the railroads went in.
And just like today, you don't go on the road without a driving lesson.
And this is an actual real device. This is how people learned how to drive.
I'm sitting in the middle, is that right?
That's it. For a single horse, you would have these two.
So if you want him to stop, you pull back.
You do.
Okay,
You pull back and
But if I want him to go...
You would just whack him on, come on the back.
You and my son. Right. Easy peasy, isn't it? I've had my first lesson. Look, come on, then. Off we go.
Very good.
Good. Yeah, we haven't moved yet.
And now I'm ready for the real thing. And just to make me look a right plonker, the producers made me go the full John Wayne. Well, kushti.
Come on, John, let's get going.
All right.
John's hitching me up with Tommy Harris, a legendary wrangler and rodeo star who's dedicated his life to keeping the Wild West alive.
And here are the horses, I do believe.
They can't see us, so just stay there, because they've got what are called blinders.
Therefore, to concentrate the horse's attention ahead of them, is it?
Well, it is, but it also makes them less distracted by something happening off to the side. See the coach that you're going to be riding on and driving?
Yeah, how many could ride in here
They would
in
get...
the old days?
Well, they could get 12 in here.
12? I can't believe that.
This was, you know, the height of transportation. And it was certainly faster than walking behind a covered wagon. So people would be thrilled to ride on this. So, David, shall we take a little trip? back in time.
Tommy's carefully crafted this working replica 1820s stagecoach to show history in motion. And I'm about to take a test ride.
You cannot have 12 in here.
Oh, yes. So here we are. Pretty comfy.
Yeah, well, it is at the moment. It's not
Right,
moving.
so if you think flying an aircraft today is crowded, it's nothing like being inside a stagecoach.
Despite the cramped quarters, stagecoach travel was decidedly for the well-heeled, and a transcontinental 2,000-mile journey didn't come cheap.
If you were going from St. Louis to San Francisco,
Yeah.
you know, that'd be close to, you know, $7,500, $10,000 in today's money.
$10,000 to be cramped in a bleeding thing like this is even tighter than your coffin, this thing, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
Tucker, Bobby. Tucker, Bobby.
Oops, here we go.
Away we go.
Oh, this is not too bad. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Yes? Seems like nice boys, don't they?
Keep rolling, 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 though the streams are swollen. Keep them doggies rolling, right.
Oh, bloody hell. I mean, you don't have to go far, do you, to already experience that this isn't the most comfortable ride that you've ever had in your life, is it?
Yeah, would you like to do 12 hours of this? Because that's pretty much what the day would be.
God, it's like a nightmare, isn't it?
They didn't know the comforts that we know today.
No.
The huge distances covered crossing America meant passengers would be cooped up for days on end.
From St. Louis to San Francisco, it was close to 20.
What, days?
Yeah.
Well-
And, you know, they're sweaty, they're not taking a bath.
No.
Probably not brushing their teeth.
No.
So, yeah, being inside here could be quite a sensory experience.
It's a bit like being with a film crew, really, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, a stagecoach journey was one you did in stages. To travel right across America could take 3 weeks, with horses being swapped for fresh teams at relay stations every 15 miles or so. You'd easily use 36 horses a day to cover the ground.
So this is the speed that we would travel at.
The average speed would be about 7 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, this is the way to travel. There is no other. I mean, this is it.
How about if you had done this from Seattle down, you know?
Yeah.
Almost 2,000 miles.
Oh, the old Technicolor yawn.
Yeah.
We would have all been doing that, wouldn't we? Yeah.
My old buns are taking a bit of a battering. So John's keen to get me upstairs, riding shotgun.
I'm never going to get up there.
Oh, sure you are. David, you're going to want to step on the hub.
Which foot?
Whatever works for you. Hold on to that. There you go. Good. Swing on in next to Tommy.
Thank you, Tom.
There you go, sir.
Yeah.
You're in the game. Go ahead. Are you ready?
I thought he was being serious.
So, David, what do you think of riding on the top side as opposed to the inside?
I think it's slightly better up top.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously not so claustrophobic, but for some reason, I'm not sort of feeling quite the bumps quite so much.
This was the ideal seat right here.
So why is that?
Because the leather thoroughbraces that are holding the body, you'll feel them more on the inside than you will up here.
Of course, back in the 1800s, travel didn't come without risk. A coach full of wealthy passengers might make a tasty target for a holdup.
So, David, on an uphill like this, where the horses are slowing down a little bit, this would be where the road agents would want to try to stop the stage.
And that's where the robbers would come into play. Bobby, tuck, come on. Up.
Often braving terrible weather, rutted roads and treacherous terrain, for half a century, the stagecoach lines carried aspiring citizens ever westward. earning their rightful place in American history.
He knows how to drive, yes, sir, Rebo. It was much better riding up here with Tom and feeling and seeing the whole thing. But when we went off the road, oh, dear, I thought we were all going to bounce off. Great
thank
experience.
you, sir.
Bless
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All I need to do now is work out how to get off this blinking thing. I'm continuing my journey through sunny California. And this morning, I'm visiting the historic downtown of Fillmore, a city about 50 miles north of Los Angeles. Back in 1886, during a railroad revolution, the Southern Pacific Company ran a track through the valley here, and Fillmore was one of hundreds of new towns that blossomed with the arrival of steam power.
Now, that's more like a steam engine, that, isn't it? A bit like me, big and butch. Big and butch. Sorry.
Oh, first steam, you are gonna love it.
Today, I'm meeting some people wedded to keeping Fillmore's rail history alive. Teresa Wilkinson, clearly the brains of the operation.
Hello, Teresa.
I'm
How long you been on front office then?
25 years.
Oh, is that all?
That's all.
You're a new girl then?
Yes, I'm a new girl on the block.
The Fillmore and Western Railway chiefly supplies rolling stock for Hollywood movies and TV dramas. But this morning, they're running a special train ride for tourists, like me.
Teresa, what did you think when your husband said he wanted to buy a railway?
I was in the shower, and he came in and told me, he says, guess what? I said, what? He goes, I bought a railroad. It's like, you're kidding me. And you know, you can't just get out of the shower and go chase him down because you're in the buff. And then he took off. He got in the car and left.
And knew that you couldn't chase him.
Knew I couldn't chase him down.
I'm not sure if husband Dave is still in hiding. So I'm off to hunt him down.
Dave.
Oh, welcome aboard.
Bless you.
Ah, found him. And it looks like he's reserved the best seat in the house for himself.
This is great. You can get in here and get away from the wife.
She's my best friend.
Good. Great.
Okay.
Except when you told her about the railway and she was in the shower, you did a runner.
Well, I knew for a fact that she's a very modest person, and she wasn't going to chase me across the front yard in a nude.
We'll be riding the track from Fillmore to the town of Santa Paula, a mere 10 miles. But I'm in caboose class, with the added option of al fresco, no less.
Hey, this
There you
is
go.
it.
This is it.
What a good idea of yours. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, great.
you
This
know,
is.
there's my lovely wife.
There she is.
There's Teresa.
Yeah.
Bye, babes. We're 30 miles long.
Well, that's a good, decent amateur railway
It
for
is.
a grown-up.
And it also has 4 of its existing stations on the railroad. So we have a lot of history.
Where did all this come from, all this passion with railways? Did you have a little rail track when you were a kid?
It's been a lifelong infection. No, I had trains when I was a kid, and I grew up with trains. I've always loved trains.
This line was built just 17 years after the completion of America's first transcontinental railway in 1869. Up to 10 miles of new track was being laid down in a single day, and people streamed into California in their thousands. This region, the Santa Clara River Valley, thrived and became famed across the globe for its juicy oranges and zesty lemons.
This valley used to be one of the biggest navel orange producers in the world.
Really?
And I have records of them hauling up to 110 cars of oranges a day in packing system.
Good Lord.
And that's a tremendous amount of fruit.
Back in the day, this elegant 1920s Santa Fe caboose would have been a home from home for the train's hard-working staff. Must have been a tough gig, eh?
There we are, Steve.
All righty.
Well done. Thank you.
Glad you enjoyed your ride. Welcome to Santa Paula.
Santa Paula, here I come.
We've reached the end of the line, and I'm off for a closer gander at the beautiful 1913 Baldwin engine that pulled us here. Dave tells me he discovered this machine in bits and restored it at a cost of $3 million. As a builder of model steam engines myself, I want to make sure that the young punks driving the thing know their big ends from their blast holes.
Where is the pressure?
175 pounds.
And what does she run at?
175 pounds.
Right. How do we know how much water we got?
So here's the water glass.
Right, we're full. So yours is a good old-fashioned
1913 rocket ship.
1930 rocket ship. I love it. All right, let's go, Luke.
All right. Hey there, Steve. I'm ready.
These boys give a very good impression of knowing what they're doing. Anyway, time for a three-point turn, or at least the train equivalent.
Outside, it's really hot. And once you get in here, it's even hotter. So this is their working temperature. I would want a couple of big fans with a fridge up here blowing some cold air.
In order to get us back to base, our old loco needs to move to the rear and reverse all the way home.
One of the attractions to steam is it's a living, breathing machine. They make a noise, they breathe, they move, they short, they talk, they blast at you. So it's a love affair that I can understand, I think. You can hear it, you can feel it, can't you?
It's a pretty labour-intensive business running a historic railway like this. Dave and Teresa employ about 40 people just to keep the whole shebang going. But everyone seems to be sharing in their passion and having a darn good time while they're about it.
This train, I'm bound for glory. This train, this train. This train, I'm bound for glory. This train, I'm bound for glory. Don't care nothing but the righteous and holy. This train, I'm bound for glory. This train.
Tell you what, though, she's a thirsty old trout. Now we need a quick pit stop to fill her up. A small matter of piping 6,000 gallons of finest Californian Chateau del Aqua into the tank.
This train don't care no gamblers. This train don't care no gamblers. This train.
As we head back, I feel slightly envious of old Dave, chugging up and down through the orange groves here in his fancy caboose. Not a bad life, eh?
I'm bound for glory. This train.
I like it. Lovely, jubbly. Thank you so much. It's been a marvellous time playing on your own little grown-up steam train. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for coming along, and I hope you had a great time on the Fillmore and Western.
I'm continuing my journey on the road known as the Main Street of America.
Well, if you ever plan to go to West, Jack, take my way. It's the highway that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66.
For just over 100 years, this ribbon of tarmac has connected Chicago to LA. 2,500 miles. part of the fabric and history of this awe-inspiring country.
Get your kicks on Route 66.
And today I've arrived at a place where Hollywood magic begins.
From Missouri.
Look at this. This is my idea of heaven, this. Look at it, look at it. I wish I could take that home. I'd restore that. Good Lord. It's wonderful, isn't it? As far as the eye can see, virtually, cars, and they seem to be all Volkswagens.
Now, since leaving Seattle, I've been on the lookout for some old American number plates as a souvenir of my trip. Wonder if I might be able to pick up some here.
Look at this Volkswagen. His front's gone. Anybody in? I think you've lost the front of your vehicle. Did you know that?
But this isn't just any old car graveyard. I've come to meet an old-timer called Willie Carlagion. These wrecks represent his life's work in the buggy building and movie transport business.
Willie's been building dune buggies for years. And one of the things about Willie, he's very, very well known in the film business. And if anybody wants to do anything with dune buggies or go into the desert or whatever, Willie is your man. And he's been doing it for an awful long time. So he's the sort of expert around here. So I want to have a chat with him and perhaps, who knows, take his dune buggy out for a ride.
Recently, Willie was diagnosed with kidney disease, so he's been a bit poorly of late.
Good afternoon. You must be the famous Willie I've been looking forward to meeting.
I don't know where the famous comes from, but I'm Willie.
You're Willie. What made you move here for a start? Look at it, it's the desert, isn't it?
It's my backyard. I jump in a buggy and I can go up here in these hills. I can travel hundreds of miles without seeing anybody.
Yeah.
As a young jobbing VW mechanic back in the 60s, Willie quickly realised that spare parts from the vehicles he was fixing could be turned into fun and fashionable dune buggies.
How did you get started?
A friend of mine went to Acapulco and saw these dune buggies, and he wanted one, so we bought a Volkswagen, cut it up, turned it down, made a buggy out of it.
Why did you choose a Volkswagen?
They were very cheap.
Ah,
And
good answer.
There was plenty of them. The most popular made vehicle in the world.
Over the years, racing and riding the desert dunes became both a successful business and part of family life.
What did it feel like then to go in this area in your dune buggy where nobody else has been? What's the pleasure in that?
Freedom.
Doesn't it get rather lonely out there?
No, you usually take friends with you.
Oh.
It's also helpful when there's something breaks down, you've got somebody to help.
Today, Willie's son, Greg, is looking after the shop.
Ah, there you are.
Howdy, David.
Hiya, Greg. Nice to see you.
Pleasure.
So, just talk me through it. Here we have, somehow, a chassis or the base of a Volkswagen. Is that right?
Correct. This was a VW bug at one point in time. And basically, when you take the steel body off of the VW, remove all that weight, the suspension can handle quite a bit of off-roading. Then they're very versatile vehicles.
So, with all this motor vehicles and equipment, when did you first learn to drive then?
I first was riding on my dad's lap when I was 5 or 6. But when I actually started driving on myself, I was 8 years old. The first vehicle on the left is a Porsche-powered 2.8-liter, fuel-injected with power steering and everything.
The family went on to develop these bigger and far more powerful buggies specifically to transport movie makers in and out of remote desert locations.
These cars were set up by us specifically for doing film work, for carrying camera gear, for carrying personnel. This isn't stuff you'd typically find. Most of these cars you'd see don't have the exterior rail. So when you're dealing with soft sand and you're loading camera kit, it's kind of hard to reach all the way up. So we had these actually put on so you can load camera boxes and anything else onto the roof of the car.
And how many have you got for the film industry?
Well, we have 3 of these cars.
Yeah?
But we've got 22 cars we can have out within a little bit of time.
Good Lord.
The last feature we did was a feature with Will Ferrell called Land of the Lost. And that show, we had 22 cars working on it.
Blimey. I can't wait to get in one of these mean machines and have a spin in the desert. But first, Greg's gotta get loaded up. Blimey, if that's the way you drive, so I don't think I'll bother.
These cars weigh about 1,100 pounds.
Yeah, I used to do that. I sort of gave it all up to, you know, I let somebody else do it now. Just it's because you've got to bring other people up to lift things. 1,100, I did 1,100 easy.
Oh, well.
We're heading a bit further down Route 66 to a place where Willie started racing his beloved buggies over 50 years ago. This is /X Ranch, and today it's become a pretty popular meeting place for weekend warriors who tip up here to pose, party, and throw up a lot of dirt. Remind me not to get one of these, will you? From here, they'll head out for a blast round the sands in their $40,000 desert toys. Greg's in gear, and it's time for us to buckle into our buggy. Go on, climb it. Yeah, tight fit.
Snug as a bug in a rug.
Anybody think we're going to fly this thing?
Occasionally, I have flown it.
You have? What? God, blimey. They've stuck me with a real-life Mad Max. Oh, never mind flying. I was expecting a gentle glide down some silky soft sand dunes.
Oh, blimey, that's a roller coaster, wasn't it? That's down.
Greg's bespoke buggy is powered by a 2.8-litre Porsche race engine and is capable of a staggering off-road speed of 100 miles per hour.
This is still only second gear.
Well, blimey, don't we going that faster than that? Blimey, it's worse than being under sea, this is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm in serious danger of losing me lunch here. God, they'd never told me I would be going out with a lunatic. I thought it was a nice day out in California. This is madness. Despite the amazing travel of air ride suspension, I'm feeling a bit like James Bond, both shaken and stirred.
Greg, we'll have to slow down a bit. But you blew my bloody hat off.
Well, I was barely getting into fourth gear.
Yeah, I know, it's all right for you. You're used to it. I couldn't see. It's only knocking the eyes out of my head.
Finally, we're out in the deep desert, and the solitude of this wonderful landscape quite overwhelms me. I was talking to Willie, and I could understand what he said, something about when he used to drive these things and to come out in the middle of the air and just nobody about.
The serenity of it all.
Yeah, something very, very moving about it all, I find. And after the noise of this thing, I can understand Willie's love of being quiet.
Yeah.
As we head back, Greg puts me in charge. It's my very first time behind the wheel of a souped-up buggy like this, and I kind of hope it may be my last. You know you are mad, don't you?
Just a bit. All the best people are.
Don't ask me if I enjoyed it. I've been on the Big Dipper, most places around the world. I've been to Blackpool. I've been everywhere. That beats the lot of them, as you probably witnessed. Dear old Willie has followed us out here and has a little surprise lined up for me.
Guess what?
Oh,
That's what it was.
oh, great. Oh, just what I wanted. Thanks. My Californian number plates.
And this one's a special one to come off of my son's personal car.
Greg's. Now, look at that. It's called
15 years ago.
Bugging Us.
Bugging us. It's our bugging us.
You're just bugging us. Is that it?
Been that way my whole life.
Yeah.
He's a pro.
Well, he's a pro. Thank you very much, Greg.
Pleasure's
Bless you.
mine, sir.
Thank you.
How'd you like the horse?
And you, sir. Right. Thanks, Greg. Cheers. Cheers. It's an early morning start, and I'm heading miles out into the middle of the barren but majestic Mojave Desert. And boy, does it feel distinctly isolated, like a galaxy far, far away. Well, there's a notice there, and it says restricted area, authorized personnel only. All I know is it's private property. We're not allowed in. So it's going to be interesting when we get to wherever it is we're going. I've heard about strange installations like this, right out in the middle of the great American nowhere. It looks a bit like a military base. All a bit mysterious. Could be the kind of place you get abducted by aliens. Right. Let's go and find out what this is all about.
Hi, David.
Hello.
Welcome to Friends of Amateur Rocketry here.
How is that where we are? I'm told this is one of only 2 places in California where non-military folk are permitted to experiment with rocket science, attracting both impoverished students and wealthy entrepreneurs alike. It's a hidden desert oasis of innovation where the future superstars of space exploration find out what works and what doesn't. Our mission controller today, Rick Maschek, is a lifelong enthusiast who mentors rocketeers from across the United States. And the operation's backed by some pretty impressive links to industry.
Actually, SpaceX sort of got their start out here.
Did they?
Mr. Musk
Yeah.
flew out here and told some of the people out here, I have $200 million. I need somebody to build me some rockets. And so that's kind of how SpaceX got their start.
Yeah. What got you involved into the rocket business?
When I was a kid, I loved dinosaurs and I loved volcanoes. Then when they launched the Apollo 11 to the moon, and I saw that thing and I thought, I want to be an astronaut. And so I got rid of my dinosaur toys and I started doing rocket stuff. But I still love rockets.
Yeah.
All right, guys, get that plugged in.
These students have traveled thousands of miles all the way from Ohio, and this is their big day.
Okay, that's a solid rocket. These are 2 high school students. Yeah. So let's walk out with them.
Yeah. If successful, they'll shoot this hunk of metal up to 30,000 feet, the height of a jetliner. But Rick says he's launched rockets to twice that height from here.
You know, we're out here, and this is actually military airspace that we use.
Bring it toward me slowly. Slow down.
And so we don't have airliners flying over us in this location.
Rather than a liquid fuel, the Ohio team's rocket is using a solid propellant, making it much safer to handle.
This motor is just like same fuel and everything, just like the space shuttle, the 2 solid boosters on the side.
Yeah.
This is where we have to be very safe because we're putting the igniter in now.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the dangerous bit. If the fuel were to ignite now, it would be curtains for all of us. Time to retreat to safety, I think.
Okay, we're going to be launching a rocket here in about a minute or 2. So you need to stop what you're doing? You have to stay inside the bunker for safety. I'm checking the airspace right now. If anybody sees or hears anything, let me know.
Sometimes rocket science requires good old common sense.
We're going to be launching here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lead now.
Great launch, but the rocket veers wildly off course. Disaster.
Okay, looks like we had some separation. Please stay by the bunkers.
A fin has blown off, and the debris is in danger of raining down on top of us.
Okay, we got some pieces coming down.
Oh, no.
Sadly, failure is an important part of success in this game, but the students here will undoubtedly keep reaching for the stars. And now, it's my turn.
Would you like to ride in my rocket to the moon? Rocket to the moon.
I'll let you into a secret. I absolutely love rockets and have made quite a few in my time, although nothing on the scale that Rick and I are about to build.
This is essentially the rocket fuel that we're going to use. It's solid. It's made with sugar and a type of salt that provides the oxygen.
This is the rocket.
This is the rocket itself.
That fuel goes in the end. That much I do know, because I do it myself.
That goes in the end. So this is the motor. So I'm going to have you just take this and just slide it right in there.
Once the so-called rocket candy is loaded, we have what's known in the trade as a motor. That's the bit which ignites and provides all the thrust for the rocket. And this sweet stuff should shove us up to a good 3,000 feet.
And Newton's third law of motion. For every action, you have a
equal and opposite reaction.
And that's the rocket going up.
See?
The gases shoot down one way, gases
go the other.
Rocket goes the other way.
Next, we load in some simple electronics to record the altitude and trigger the landing parachutes. The idea is to reuse these rockets as much as possible.
3, 2, 1.
All this for 30 seconds. I mean, you've got to be slightly doolally.
Guess what? This rocket's ready to go.
All right, I trust you. Thousands wouldn't. Be careful. To the launch pad. Are they always this heavy?
Okay.
We're getting a bit sandblasted out here. I want to make sure this giant firework stays on course.
We're going into wind, so the angle of the dangle is inversely proportional to the heat of meat. So I reckon that about 45 degrees.
Are you going to go a mile or two out there and get it?
All right, listen, Mr. Noddy Know-All, what are you going to suggest?
Like, straight up.
I like the way they get a knight of the realm to do all the hard work. I reckon that is it. Go out, thing, and I'll bring it down right in front of the bunkers.
Next time you see NASA, Elon Musk, SpaceX launch a rocket, you tell them, you say, hey, I think the angle needs to be less.
I will.
Let's go push this button.
Come on, man.
I'll do the countdown, and you can have the honors of pushing the button.
Well, I should think so. I mean, I built it.
The honor's all yours. We're going in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There she goes.
Wow, mission success. Straight up, a good 4,000 feet.
We have parachutes, and looks like David was right. We're gonna have a walk for about a mile or more.
I told you so. He wouldn't listen, would he?
Oh, well, let's have another look at my contribution to the British space effort. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for dear old Blighty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for your help watching that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we did it. Oops.
It was a nice lunch.
Just as I predicted, my skyrockets ditched a good way off down the Mojave Desert. Well, I guess I better go and pick the bleeding thing up. I may be a while. Join me next time for the final part of my journey. I'll learn stunt driving from the best in the business.
And you, yes, yes. Woo!
Cruise down to the beach in a genuine 1930s roadster and get a brilliant bird's eye view of the City of Angels.
Back in the day, they would give you a lot on the beach because nobody wanted to live there.
God,
Yeah.
dear, really?
Yeah.